Hi, welcome to Happiness Matters. This is Goddess Valentina, and I'm ready to get right into the message. So, we want to talk about today relationships, and I want to share a story with you, and I want you to think. Now, you know my channel deals with a lot of energy, moving energy, clearing energy, protection, enlightenment. So so we're talking on a more energetic place, but it's a true story. I'm really a kind person, and I really work hard on radiating good energy, being compassionate and empathetic, and just really doing some good stuff out there. And I kept meeting a lot of really low energy kind of men that were into smut and all of these things. And it blew my mind because people say you attract what you are. And I was not about that. And I'm saying to myself, what is going on? And, there's a lot of great people that continue meeting the wrong person. And, people feel like I just can't win at this game. I want to tell you something. I really want you to listen to what I'm telling you. Okay, this is a true story with a happy ending. And I want you guys to have happy endings also. I had I had a friend. He was my ex-fiance's stepfather. But we were also really great friends because I was like 13 years older than my ex-fiance, and his stepfather was older than me, but we could relate on a lot of things. And I looked at him more like an uncle to me. He really was like an overseer. He really took care of us. He really was someone of wisdom. He really gave really great advice. And it was really a blessing to have him in my space and in my life. And so I really treasured that, and after me and my ex-fiance broke up, we continued to be friends. Like, he would say, this is my niece. Like, he really kind of like adopted me, and I was cool with that. And, every now and then we would talk or whatever. I wouldn't see him. I really wouldn't spend any kind of time together in cafes or whatever because our schedules were just like crazy. But, every now and then I get a phone call. I call him, he'll call me. And it was just a great level of support. And anyway, I kept trying to date. I was dating guys, and they were just a hot mess. And I'm just like, I'm just tired of repeating these circles. I'm tired of seeing these people. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to become single for the rest of my life because this is just not working for me. I'm just tired of meeting these type of energetic kind of people, and people are just, not living up to what I'm used to, or how I was raised, And then I found out that my ex-fiance's stepfather, he had a deep level crush on me, and he used to masturbate on the phone when I was talking to him, and I didn't know. And one day I was just so aggravated, and he was quiet. He was just super quiet. And I said, what are you, masturbating on the phone? And he started laughing and coughing. He was like, well, how did you know? And I'm just like, what? He goes, I masturbate to you all the time, and then I'm just like, wait a minute. You're supposed to be like an uncle figure. What's going on here? And he was into the smut. He was into the porn. He was into that. And because he was close to me, and I was also attracting that energy into my life. Okay. When I cut him out of my life, I started meeting beautiful human beings, and I married someone that is the mirror image of me. Okay. And it's amazing. And after I cut him off, I would say like a month and a half, 2 months later, my husband came into my life. So it could be the very people that's in your circle that could be putting blockages and barriers in your life, and you have no idea. Think about those closest people to you. and sometimes they're people that you love and you can't cut them off, and so that's a different, that's just something really difficult to deal with, but I'm letting you know that when it comes to friends and different things of that sort, people are multifaceted. People have different, people don't even know themselves until the end. And even at the end, before they go on to another place, they probably still might not know who they are. So how are we going to say we know somebody? We really shouldn't be naive with that, because in really treacherous situations, we don't even know what we would do. We don't even know what kind of fight we have in us if we're never pushed to those limits, and if you had just have a lot of lukewarm people around you, people who are cool, whatever, kind of shitty, self-absorbed, all that kind of stuff, that is what you will continue to attract in your life. The people who are really, really close to you. So, people are big on social media. I am totally off social media. I find no value in it at all. I'm looking for authentic people. I'm looking for my tribe of people who I can relate to, who I can talk with, who I can have really, really authentic, beautiful relationships. I don't care about likes. I really don't. And when it comes to social media, I'm just going to let you know, we present what we want to present to social media. We have what we want people to view us as. But remember, people, we can't control others. That's granted. We cannot do that. But if we put ourselves out there, we have to make sure we know what we're doing, because we could start getting black eyes. People can start getting jealous and envious of us. So you need to be very cautious of what you're doing out there, and always cleanse yourself, cleanse your energy, because people who are jealous and envious, that energy is thick and serious. I mean, that is something really not to mess with. It could really cause a lot of interference into your life. It really can. And that is just not cool at all, And when it comes to relationships, if you're struggling, you really need to see, what kind of female friends, male friends you have around you, what kind of stuff they're into. Because that it lingers on you, especially if you're not doing any kind of spiritual baths, any kind of cleansing, any kind of sage, cleansing with holy herbs or any of that kind of stuff. If you're not doing any of that kind of work and clearing that energy off you, that energy will stick with you and become meshed with you. They say, what did they say, that old saying? Look at who your friends are and you could see the type of person you are. And even if you are a friend that's not into all the things that your friends are into, that energy is around you and becomes you as well, even if you don't even want it, even if you don't participate in it. And it's very, very serious business. So if you're not moving things in your life, if things are just really stagnated, if you keep getting repeated cycles, look at who the people are around you. And a lot of people don't want to be isolated. They don't want to be alone. But I'm telling you, if you can just kind of like clear out some of that stuff, some of the people that are not bringing in blessings, we need to be blessing people and people need to be blessing us. We need to have relationships that are really bountiful and lovely, and know that your friendships are a safe place, So, I had to get this message out there because it's serious. It really is so serious. And when I cut that stuff off, I had stalkers. I had crazy people that did a lot of, I don't even understand why I was drawn to this, what kind of magnetic thing. It just drove me crazy. But when he did that masturbation thing and I cut him off and totally was into prayer and just cleansing and stuff like that, all of that cesspool stayed with him and got off me. And, it's great. Like when you're coming home from work, if you have like a little light, they have the small little white sages. Like they have the bundle, but then they have the small individual ones. If you just want to light a little sage and just like clean yourself with smoke, they have aura cleansing sprays. You just want to constantly keep yourself energetically clean, especially, if you're out there every day. You just don't know what kind of energy you're bringing into your homes. And so it's very good that you're doing house blessings, that you're clearing your house, that you're moving energy. Also camphor removes everything. It's like, those roach bombs that you spray in your house and you have to leave the house and open the windows. That's what camphor does. It gets all lower energies, elements, everything out of your home. Clean your floors, do all that kind of stuff. And I'm telling you, I attest to you. I've been married 5 years to the most amazing human being I've ever met. And his family is all high energy, full of love, music, and song, and prayer, and dance. And it's just exactly who I am in my soul and my spirit. And I tell you, miracles do happen, but you need to know how to work in this universe and how to work on this earthly plane. And if you understand how to do this, your life will be great. Also, you need to know what you're into also. Sometimes you might not be in the most healthier things as well. There's a lot of other components, but what I'm talking about today in this message is the people who you talk to the most on the phone, the people who you text all the time, the people who are in that close proximity to you. That is what you need to examine. And if your life is not right, nothing's going to be right. I have a quick thing too. I don't know, I'm running out of time, but my ex-best friend, I found out that she loved me in a different way than what I thought love was. She was bisexual, so she started to have feelings for me that I didn't even know of. I was totally oblivious to this because she's married, she has kids. I didn't know anything about this. And as I was going to get married, because I got married overseas, I asked her to straighten out my suitcase. And she put something in my suitcase that looked like a bomb. And I almost didn't make it. And that devastated me beyond belief. And I was terrified because I flew back and forth at least about 11 times. And let me tell you something. The rest of the times I flew back and forth, I had no problem with my suitcase. I had no problem them going in my suitcase. My suitcases was always locked and taken care of and blessed. So you really just don't know what's going on. People, I'm just like, wow. And I have a very, a beautiful naivete kind of spirit. And it's very clear. And so if people are murky in murky waters, sometimes it is just a very difficult thing for me. And so I've kind of really just stick with my husband and, just a few selected people that I know that's on high energy. Other than that, I've been pushing a lot of things away because people confuse the heck out of me. They confuse me. And we all have free will and we can do whatever we want. But if you're mad and I understand what's going on, I'm going to support you. But then if you go back and do the same thing that pissed you off, I don't understand that. And that's brokenness and it's unhealthiness. And now I've invested in my energy, and I'm caring deeply about the person. And I feel sometimes like an ass. I do feel like an ass for being an authentic person, dealing with this kind of stuff. And so I'm also on my journey, finding my tribe, finding the people who understand what's going on and how to really work with people. I'm looking for more healthier people. I was also I was having friendships that would end, and me and my mom, it's like oil and vinegar, oil and water, and she's very broken. And I was finding friendships that these people were broken, and it always ended up in a failed friendship. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, but what I realized, I guess subconsciously, I'm trying to connect with my mom, and I'm finding broken people just like my mom. And just like how me and my mom's relationships explode and fail, these relationships are doing the same thing. And it's really traumatizing, but if you wake up to this and you know what's going on, then you could bring healing, you could bring bringing resolve into your life. When you become aware, when you become conscious, everything changes. Everything changes. You're like a hawk, when certain things come around you, and that will only bring blessings into your life, So really take a look at who's around you, what are they into lately, and see, is that kind of energy and behaviors coming out in, the people that you're meeting, and you'll be amazed. So I hope this helps, and blessings to you. And thank you for listening from Happiness Matters. See ya.